friends. Oh my gosh, my lighting looks a little odd today. Um, and actually, as I usually start with my weather report, the summer has arrived in San Diego. Maybe it's just the lights are blinding me, but it looks a bit grey. Anyway, today's quite an important day because the fact that summer arrived over the weekend indicates that the summer is coming and the kids are going to be off school. And what happens when kids are off school? I don't know why, but things can get a bit hectic. I only have one child, one husband, one very small dog, and yet school holidays can be totally chaotic. So, apart from the fact that life can be chaotic anyway, it just seems to get worse at holiday time, and the summer holidays are long. So today we're going to talk about how to handle that, how to handle the extra chaos, the overwhelm, and stay on top of what you want to get done, whether that's for your business or whether it's personal stuff, because sometimes I even let that slip through the cracks, or rather through my fingers, because I'm too overwhelmed with other stuff. And sometimes the feeling of overwhelm makes you feel like you can't handle it, whatever it might be. And when you feel like you can't handle it, reality hits in and you can't handle it. So let's look at how we actually do handle it. Just in case you don't know me, I am Andrea Kuchin, and I have been part of PhD in follow-up since its inception in 2014. My home biz tips landed on air just around about 2 years ago, actually, round about now 2 years ago. We've been helping business owners figure out how to get things done more easily, more efficiently, give them tools that help them automate systems, make life easier. Since then, you can find out more about me at PhD in follow-up /Andrea Kuchin. That's a lot of what we do, how to reach out to me. But hey, here's my email address, Andrea at PhD in follow-up. You can email me there right now if you've got questions, if you have comments, if you want to add to the conversation. You can join us in our Facebook group, which is PhD in follow-up. Yes, you can just search it under PhD in follow-up, but it's about getting more loyal customers and referrals for your business, because when you get more customers and they are loyal and they refer more people, what happens? Your income goes up because you're making more sales. What does not happen? Your time goes up. You don't get busier making sales and chasing people. People come to you. That's where you want to be. If you need to text me, call me. Here's my number, 858-252-1190. 858-252-1190. Okay, that's the introductions over. How do we deal with it? Well, I start with something I call a stable datum. Yep, a stable datum. Another way of defining that might be something that doesn't change, that you're really sure about. So something that's consistent and reliable, something you know for sure is true. Let me give you a classic example everybody will understand. Here's one. What goes up must come down. Now, obviously, that doesn't apply in every single situation in the world, but it applies in most of them, particularly when you're throwing something up in the air. It's a stable datum. It doesn't matter what you throw, what part of the planet you're sitting on, as long as it's this one. That's irrelevant. You know for sure, you can guarantee for sure, it won't ever change. What you throw up will come down, right? That is a very, very stable datum. Now, there are other stable data that somebody might think is absolutely stable and someone else might not. That's irrelevant. We're not dealing with the group consensus here. We're dealing with you. What do you think is a stable datum? For example, one of them that I have is that I am able to juggle anything. And I know this because it's happened so many times that I have been completely overwhelmed, and I've got caught up in the anxiety of being overwhelmed. And then I've taken a step back, sat in in a chair in the patio or cuddled my dog for a minute, and things that are to do with the physical universe often help literally ground us. They help us find our feet again, find our footing, taking a deep breath of air or touching an animal and picking up on their energy. I've just touched her, she's flinched, hence the bell, or something like that. It helps remind you, bring you down again. So take a breath. Actually, I am able to do this. This is not going to be a problem. I just need to find a place to start. Okay. And you know what? Really doesn't matter where you start. It really doesn't. The point is that you start. Now, I hope this doesn't turn into a long story, but I have little scraps of paper all over the place, and I keep a pile of scraps of paper by my bed because in the middle of the night when I wake up, I write things down and then I bring the scraps of paper downstairs to the office. I used to use a notebook, but the notebook somehow didn't find its way back upstairs to the bedroom, and then I'd wake up in the middle of the night and not have anything. So although I've probably told you 1,000 times, don't fiddle with scraps of paper, yes, I know. I tell you that because I know how dangerous they can be. So anyway, I have these scraps of paper, and sometimes my day starts too viciously, especially if I find myself having to do things in the morning I wasn't expecting to do, and little bits of paper fly around and get lost. And what my tendency to do is collect them and sort out where I should start. In the grand scheme of things, it actually doesn't matter. What I should do is pick one up and start. Just pick one up and start. So the stable data from that would be just start. It doesn't matter where, doesn't matter when. You will guaranteed feel better when you start. So start. Pick something up and do it. Now, if we're talking about an insanely messy room you have to clear up, you can stand there for a while and go, okay, now if I clean that over there, I can move that here, and then I can move the other thing there. Or you can just pick something up and put it away. Sometimes overthinking doesn't help, and it adds to the overwhelm. Sometimes overthinking makes things worse. So don't think, just take action, just do. Because the other stable datum, the other thing I know is absolutely guaranteed true, and I prove this to myself 100 times a month. I was going to say 100 times a day. No, probably not. Maybe 100 times a year. But every single time I think about it, it's true. Once I have started, once I have done something, I feel better. And you know why that is? It's because I've actually taken ownership of something. I've become the leader of something. I've taken control in something. I am the cause that things are now happening. I'm not being overwhelmed and being the effect of something. I am taking control and becoming the cause of something. I am leading things to happen. I am taking charge of this one piece of paper, but this one piece of paper represents the rest of my life. Go try it. Honestly, it's true. You take control of something, you're winning. It doesn't matter what it is. Literally, it doesn't matter. It can be folding a t-shirt or wiping a table or sending an email or just doing the first thing on the first slip of paper that you happen to pick up. Don't overthink this. That just makes it more overwhelming. Pick up one thing and start. So I would say probably that our stable data or our stable datum for today would be starting makes you feel better. Because I cannot think of a time ever in my life where that hasn't been true. Seriously, there's never been a time that it hasn't been true. And you know how many times I've argued with people or myself about that not being true? I have tried to prove so many times that that actually doesn't make the slightest bit of difference. That won't change anything. I'm so glad that I've actually learned to listen to the world and to respond to things in an intelligent way, because that is not true. It happens every single time. When I walk into my kitchen and it's a mess and I want to shout at everybody and tell them how awful they are because last night it was tidy when I went to bed and now it's completely trashed, and my lovely husband is about to turn off my phone because it's making a noise. I'm losing track here. I'm trying to moan about the mess. That actually wastes an enormous amount of time. And you know what? Makes me feel worse. If I actually say to myself, okay, let's start, and I get it done, I feel better. And actually, by the end of it, I can even find myself laughing or even singing. And what do? I look at it and I think, I have no idea where to start with this, but I start. What I do is I empty both sinks. I pour the water out, and I usually am very green. I use my water for my plants. So that's another good thing I do. And then I refill my washing up bowls, my washing bowl and my rinsing bowl, and I start. I pick up the first thing. Now I do pick up the clean things first and leave the dirtier things till the end. So I'll start with glasses. Or, well, I actually put all that kind of stuff in the dishwasher. So normally I'm putting stuff in the dishwasher. Maybe I'm emptying out the clean stuff that got washed overnight. But I'm taking control. Now, all of you knows this. You all know that when you've cleaned up in the kitchen, you feel better, right? It's the same in your desk. It's the same with everything. So do the first thing that you can and just do it. Now, of course, you don't have long to get into the habit of doing that, I admit. But David Allen, in his amazingly glorious book, Getting Things Done, says, if whatever it is that needs to be done is going to take you less than 2 minutes, do it now. That's a really good stable datum as well. If it's going to take less than 2 minutes, do it now. Now, you can't always tell whether something's going to take less than 2 minutes. It might not take less than 2 minutes to make a very quick phone call because you might be stuck on hold for ages. At that point, you go on to the next thing while you're on hold. And keep lists, because there's nothing quite like the joy of checking things off a list. It's glorious. It's lovely. It boosts your morale no end. Really, honestly. So try that. I have discovered that I actually need checklists for everything. I don't know whether I'm developing ADHD like Mel Robbins, who leaves her car door open, or whether I'm getting senile as I get older. I don't care. I just know that when I have a checklist, my life runs more smoothly. Have I taken my vitamins? Check. Have I taken my other vitamins? Check. Have I checked Facebook? Check. Have I done this? Check. Have I done that? Check. All the things that I need to do in the day, which I will forget because I get focused on something else. I have a check sheet. I even have a reminder, an alarm reminder to remind me to check my check sheet. I know it's dumb, but those things give me control. Those things reduce overwhelm. So it doesn't really matter how stupid they seem on the surface. If they work, they work. Find out what works for you. Experiment, explore, try it this way, try it that way. Try it my way and see if it fits. If it doesn't fit, you'll soon find your way. And at least you've started on something, right? That seems to be the key word for today, to start. So I'll keep it short and sweet today. Just start with something that needs to be done. The garage seems to be a big deal with people. I know it's a massive deal with us. I'd so like to put my car in it. Dream on, Andrea. When it comes to handling the garage, I just have to pick something up and figure, do I want to keep it? In which case, I've got to find a place to put it. Do I want to donate it? Or is it trash I can throw away? And then I've got 3 bin bags or 3 boxes or 3 bins or something that I put things into. And then when I'm going out, I take the donate stuff to donate. The stuff to be put away gets given to the people it belongs to so they can put it away. And we gradually clear space. It's not a one-person job either. Lots of these things are not one-person jobs. Your business might not even be a one-person job. That might be something you can delegate. But just start. Find one little thing and start. If you can do it in 2 minutes, do it right away. If not, put it on a pile. Put all the emails in a pile so that you can rattle out emails while you're doing your emails. Put all the phone calls in a pile so you can do those while you're folding t-shirts later in the day or whatever it is that you do. Batch things together. Block off time. We'll talk about all these things another day. The important thing for today is find a thing to do and do it, because that will make you feel better. Because once you take responsibility for something, once you expand your leadership, once you become cause, you are winning. And when you are winning, you are feeling good. So let's feel good. Let's start on something. And I am going to, for example, start finishing this broadcast. So that was it for today, folks. Andrea Kuchin. You can find out more about me at PhDinfollowup/Andrea Kuchin, PhDinfollowup.com/Andrea Kuchin. You can email me, Andrea@PhDinfollowup.com. You can text and call 858-252-1190. Thank you so much, my friends, for joining me here this morning. I look forward to seeing you again next week. And let me know how you get on with these things, right? Let me know what you want to learn, what you want to hear, how you get on, so that I too can grow from what you're doing and what you're up to. Okay, where do I go here? Go there, and then I go here. That's it for today. Take care, my friends. Bye-bye.